Excuse me. All right. So, Guy, James, this is going to be our first time playing Gamma World. I'm showing the products. This is 7th edition Gamma World with D&D 4th edition rules. Um, we're going to play a different style of game this time, and uh, I wanted to show you guys too before we actually start playing. For technologies, weaponry, things like that, go bizarre. This is what I have on, you know, in real life. So we can have crazy weapons like this in the game. Uh,
Mhm.
you guys can modify your dice to be as according to the weapons. And so here's another weapon that you guys can have in your pocket. It's got a clip on for a belt. So things like this in Gamma World are what you can have.
What
Uh,
movie was Crow?
Krull,
Yeah.
yes. So the way this game is going to start, you're not starting in Gamma World per se, Guy. This is different.
Okay.
Explain what your character is. Don't say anything about um his job. Not yet. Just
Okay.
his race and
Well, my character's uh, an electrostatic demon. Be a good way to put it. Um, and I haven't gotten the height weight type deal yet. At least I don't think I have. But I've got I'm basically red with no hair with red eyes, and I'm carrying a, a claymore sword across my back, wear a long duster type of a jacket, and let's see, I've got what else? Load on me. Uh, the hammer.
oh, the equipment. Don't
Well,
go.
that's what he's carrying. I'm
Okay.
not going into any details.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but just accept the claymore is the type of sword, not one of those ones that say this face for this side towards
Got it.
enemy.
Got it. I thought I was I was
So
I was expecting the explosive. Yeah.
yeah, no,
The
it's a
sword.
big two-handed sword. Um, so my character is probably going to be halfway decent height just because of that.
Does he have a name?
Yeah. Oh, character's name is Alfonso.
Oh, that's right, Alfonso.
So
Okay.
it was with an F, not a PH.
All right.
Alfonso.
So
So.
we're gonna start with Guy's character. So everyone's James, you're gonna come up soon, and then we'll have an introduction for you as well. So
Okay.
Guy, this is going to be in relation to the last campaign we played. You're a
Okay.
demon from Ithrian, and Zarthon, he's your god. His face appears. Well, first, before his face appears, a big blinding flash, huge in expanse. What's it called? It's probably like the height of a football field and just as wide too. A portal opens up with this bright flashing light, and then you see this large, huge head of a horned demon that you know is your god Zarthon, and he says, uh, uh, what's it called? The time has come to invade the prime material plane. The first one to make it alive, um, shall become my general. And he goes, um, the castle of Vorkelshal has risen, and oh gosh, I'm trying to make it sound crazy. Like it's the full invasion of the demonic army invading into the wilderness, and what's it called? The castle has risen from the waters, the ocean. You're coming through, and as you see the portal open, you don't see the other side of the world. What you see is inside of a huge, ginormous interior structure. You don't know if it's underground or above ground, but some of these walls are made of stone, black brick, or purplish bricks, and other portions of the wall are overlapped by like a flesh-like substance, as if a living wall now is it's called covering the whole entire corridor, opening up into huge expanses. And at the other side of the corridor, you can see it opens up into a huge cavern within this infrastructure. It's the inside of the castle that has risen, the castle of demons. All these demons that you see beside you, other Zicarian flyers and landwalkers, other are bizarre bipedal with double arched reverse legs, with no sign of intelligence, just straight berserker, mindless rage, with like large glowing eyes, and their hands are like long, skinny, three-clawed things. All kinds of creatures and demons of like either what appears to be living or partially living, whereas in it could appear like a almost like a ghoulish corpse with green fluid, green radiation fluid emitting from it, and its eyes are green lights also. These things are going through the portal, rushing through, and they're trying to fight. And as you're seeing the portal, all these demons going through all at once, ready to invade. On the far side of the cavern, the ones that made it before you, because you're kind of like examining to see what's going on, you see a huge flying worm-like dragon-type thing, probably around 300 feet long, and it's so wide, it circles around in this open expanse cavern on the far side of the cavern, and it starts diving in through the cavern, and all the demons that are coming through the portal, this worm-like flying dragon, as you get better detail of it, it's flat like a tapeworm, and its body is like moving in kind of like waves, and it just comes in with its mouth open, and it's got like pinchers on the side, and its mouth open, and it's so big that it's actually engulfing a whole row of demons as it scoops down and flies into the portal in your direction. This giant worm's about to scoop you up. What do?
I'm going to duck.
You're gonna duck?
Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
Okay, so go ahead, roll your dexterity, and we're gonna do acrobats, I guess.
Okay, let's see. Acrobatics.
You're demon right now. You're not electric. You're not electric. Okay, you're just demon right now.
Right.
All right. So for now,
that gives me 23 still.
You leap out the way, and the thing engulfs all the other demons behind you because they don't see it coming because you're blocking their vision. So you see that they get swallowed up as you jump out the way, and you just barely like, when you dodge it, you go over one of the pinchers because it was about to snap on you, but it gets these people and engulfs them also. So when you get out the way, you're like slide, dodge it, you get to your secure spot. Do you want to get to the portal, because the first one to get through is going to be the general?
Sure, I'll try and get through.
All right, and you know the hazard. You've seen what kind of massacre is happening just for the demons, just going through the portal into the castle. So it's whoever gets through is going to be rewarded like crazy, right? Are you running? Are you dashing? Are you teleporting? You have your teleport ability, right? There's fire. You see fire on the far side.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's only
10 feet up.
Of 10 squares, though.
Yeah, so the fire is on the opposite side of the portal, directly on the opposite side, so you don't have to go through the portal. You can just...
Okay.
You want to try to teleport like that?
Sure.
All right, as you're teleporting like that, and you have you're going underneath the like Zarthon's head, because his jaw is open, massive. He's got these huge ram horns circling forward towards his eyes. He's like, you know, it's a ginormous head, like probably you know, 100 feet wide and tall. Like, it's a huge. This is his physical head,
right?
Not an image. This is his physical head, Zarthon himself. You're going underneath, and he's like, and as you're going through, you're teleporting to the fire. just to be cool, show an ability? Are you doing that?
Okay.
All right. So
What
you
was
do.
that? So,
It was your movement. What was it called? Drawn to fire.
yeah, drawn to fire.
What does that ability do again?
Uh, okay. I can teleport 10 squares to a square adjacent to a fire that fills at least one square,
Okay.
or to an adjacent enemy that is also on fire.
All right. So seeing that this worm creature just went underneath the head of Zarthon and all that shit, um, scooping up the people, people are realizing it's not just the survival; it's survival of the fittest. So you're seeing they're turning on each other to be the first one, and in the very front, you see that is this big demon buff wrestler type dude, purple, very dark purple, but humongous compared in height compared to the other humanoid demons. He is just smacking like 2 3 people at a time in one waft, and he's doing that again. You're running in his direction, but you're now teleporting to go past him to the fire. So this is what you're going right up against, right? And you see he's the number one guy, and when you're teleporting, you're about to be tied with him, and you're bypassing the fight. And as you teleport, something happens. Your skin starts during the teleportation when you're going through the portal. It's like your cells start pulling off of your body and going towards the portal, but going towards the fire, but passing through it. So you're not just teleporting normal. What's happening as you're running through it? Your body is turning into like little particles, and it's painful. Where you're suffering. Roll your Constitution.
Let's see. And Constitution is 14 plus 2. That's a 15.
15. Okay. So you take half damage of 1d10. 1 point of damage. Gotta roll the 2. So you're being ripped apart, and you're feeling the pain, and you might be like, this is freaking cool, you know. But this is different. You know, this is definitely different than the regular teleport, and it could be the mix of going through the portal, but you're being pulled, and when you teleport to the other side, what's it called? It's darkness. You're in this chamber, a metallic chamber, and for some reason, when you're reassembled, this darkness turns into light because you have electricity. Pick a color. What's your electricity?
Let's see. Let's go with the Roy G. Biv scale, and I'll just roll a d10. Violet.
Violet?
Yeah, I just went the Roy G. Biv scale.
Okay, so there's a violet glow of sparks coming off of your skin, and these sparks start turning into small strands of electrical, what is it called? You know, like the Frankenstein wire or coils with the voltage showing. What's that called?
Jacob's ladder.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah, almost like when Terminator was warping, you have that electricity, but you have violet as small, skinny ones. And you could see that you're in some sort of metal cocoon, and it's shaped like a cocoon, like an egg on the inside, but it's all metal. Imagine kind of like the interior of the Fly when the Fly was created, but this blue electricity is not or violet, right? Is that what you said? No, what'd you say? This violet electricity is not stopping, and you're in this crouched position because you were in somewhat pain, but you were like, "Oh, this is freaking cool." Well, were you like that? Were you like, getting drawn into it, getting pumped up by the pain, or were you like? I mean,
no, I don't. Pain is usually bad.
All right. You could have been like, "Oh, it feels like I'm being ripped apart." Cool.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Well, no. All right. So. And then this noise, like almost like just oxygen getting sucked into your cocoon, like squeals through like psh, as a door starts pulling itself out and open, and you see you're inside some sort of metallic laboratory. Nothing like Ithrian. nothing like Vorkelshall, the portal that you were trying to run into, the castle.
Mhm.
This is totally different. And you find that on your body, this electric sparks, they're not stopping, and you kind of feel like a charge inside your body happening, flowing through your whole veins, your core, your whole being. It's something different. Where what's it called? This
Mhm.
is how do you say that teleportation through the portal to here mutated you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And what's it called? You hear of well, actually, roll perception and then intelligence to see if you understand.
Let's see. Um,
Perception first.
Perception. That was 20 something. Of perception is wisdom, so that'd be 23.
Okay. So what happens is you realize that you're in a totally different time, a totally different place, and you see everything around you, and there are these metallic iron golems of some sort, slim in figure, very agile in appearance, but they look completely armored up, all in a slick, skinny black armor that looks like they are the armor rather than being a super bony person with armor around them. And
Very
the,
interesting.
these are black robots, and they're inside of some sort of room with behind a glass barrier, kind of above. And they tell you in the language. Oh, roll your intelligence, see if
Oh,
you understand.
sorry. 3.
3. All right, you don't understand
4. Sorry.
anything. You hear what sounds like electronic robotic voices of gibberish. It could be like
Mhm.
R2D2 with other droid type blips and bleeps. You have no idea what they're saying.
Hmm.
What are you doing?
Uh, Keeping my hands to myself since I'm feeling like I've got a big static charge on me and I don't really want to get shocked. Uh, that's keep my hands to myself.
All right.
Um, I'm going to investigate the where the noise is coming from.
Okay, so you see it's you already rolled high enough perception. It's coming from some sort of a speaker, and the speaker's on like the top
Mhm.
corners of the room, but it's from more than one location. But you see these black figures in behind the glass in the room behind and you hear it again, the noise coming through the speakers. We'll give you one more chance to roll your intelligence.
Well, that's going to be a lot better. That's a 17.
Okay, cool. This time it sounds like they cycled through a bunch of different languages, which impressed the shit out of you because these things have to be intelligent themselves. But you finally understand. Please remove yourself from the metallic. Please remove yourself from the transport. And
Uh,
it sounds just like
okay.
electronic, but it sounds very calm, distinct, direct. Doesn't sound stern, but it does sound
Okay.
direct.
Uh, Look for a door.
Oh no, you're in the cocoon like in The Fly.
Okay.
You're in,
How?
the door opened.
How did
Remember?
I get it?
It puffed open,
Oh,
and then it
oh,
slid open to
okay.
the side. So that's what
Okay.
that's how you rolled your
Thank you.
perception and saw all this
I
stuff.
step out. Right. Okay, I step out.
All right, when you step out, it looks kind of scary because your claws go, and then your foot comes out, exposing your toed claws, and then when you're coming out, they don't. They did you have weapons out when you were running to battle?
No, I was a big. Well, were we running to battle?
You were running to
Oh,
the
probably.
portal. Yeah, you were running through the
Right.
portal to go through with the invasion.
Right. If we were, right. But if we, well, yeah, I probably would have had my claymore out.
Okay, so you're coming out and one of your claws went to the wall, the other foot went out, and then the point of your sword starts coming. And when they see the point of your sword start coming, these guns come out like and lasers, not lasers, these guns pull down
Hmm.
and lock onto you like and then you hear uh please lower your weapon and evacuate the transport.
Where it definitely got me outgunned. And I don't feel like dying, so I'll take. I'll
Okay.
shoot.
You put it away. All right. So
Yes.
the guns they stay there,
Where am I?
but the what's it called, when there was like a red light on it, and then the
Right.
red light dimmed down, but the guns are still pointed at you. And then you
Where-
hear once again, please evacuate the transport for examination.
What? No, hell no. I'm fine. Where are we?
And then you're looking around, and to your left, you hear another whistling noise, like psh, and when you look to your left, you see a valve, a tube of liquid, um, starts slowly coming down and draining itself, and you hear the bubbling, blah, 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 and inside, you see a individual, naked, with his arms kind of like folded and his knees kind of her knees kind of folded, and with a breathing apparatus on their face, um, tubes coming out everywhere out of big plugs. James,
How do we get out of this place?
James, describe yourself.
Well, basically, I look like it's Arnold, I guess.
Hmm?
Not that Arnold, the other one. And I wait. What
Ghost
do I
in the
see?
Shell, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So what color hair do you have though? Long hair, short hair. I don't know. You just
It'd be with the average white hair. The colors will change.
okay. Cream.
Change. They're constantly changing. They're in flux.
No,
So
your hair.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So what color is it right now then? Is it like
well,
is it like a iridescent color where it changes in the
yes.
light? Oh
Yes.
wow. Oh wow. Okay. There we go. This is
In other words,
crazy.
if I'm happy, it'll be red. If I'm upset, it'll be blue.
Okay. So
what am I?
you're
so-
you're you're waking up,
Excuse
and what's it called? This water is draining from the bottom. Your roll your perception. It's for hearing and seeing.
It's a D20 plus what?
Plus your
Let me-
what's your perception? Wisdom? Don't you have perception as a skill? What's on your character sheet? When do you have perception as a skill?
Mine is not all
James,
that good.
your perception is a +8 because it's a your perception is your skill. You get a +3 for your ability modifier, +1 for your level, and a +4 for the your skill because of your race.
Okay,
I'm
so
an
it's a
engineer.
okay.
You get a +8 to your D20.
15.
Okay. Your eyes are going into focus. What looked like a cloudy white film, your eyes are actually rolling into focus, and you see you feel cold. This coldness is a very very cold feeling, not like Freon cold, but air conditioner cold, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what's it called? This liquid is going down, and you're no longer floating in this thing. You drop like, and you kind of like fall, and for the first time, you're seeing you're inside of this glass tube on this metallic floor where this draining is happening, and what's it called? While this water is draining, you hear this music inside of your tube. It's almost like a pleasant classical music with orchestra music. Nothing intense, nothing dramatic. It's just easy, pleasant music for you to wake up to. Whatever song you like that's like orchestra, classical, that's soft and easy, that's what you're waking up to. And with your perception, even yours, guy, you hear what's it called, ahs and ooh coming from the machines, which is weird. These machines are showing interest because they're like fascinated by what they're seeing from her, and they're saying she's awakening, and what's it called, the glass tube that you're in, James, it kind of lifts forward and starts rotating, going to a 45-degree angle, and then the door opens. So you're kind of like, now you're still kind of like on the floor leaning, but you're what's it called? You're naked, you're cold, you're freezing. Your muscles hurt because it's the first time you're using your muscles. It's the first time you're using your eyes, and you hear this music, and this music is kind of blaring loud, so it's a little overpowering, but your ears are adjusting. So this is like your first time coming to life, and they're exposing you to this sorts of sensitivity. Oh wait, roll your wisdom before I say this.
That's a D20 plus.
Wisdom. 3. What'd you roll?
To modify the D20 plus 3. Oh, 23.
Oh, okay, cool. So, this is what you're guessing, and you made a. Did you roll a natural 20?
Yes.
Okay, so even better. With this pleasant music, you're understanding they're not trying to have you wake up in a bad mood. They're not trying to wake you up scared or fearful. And they're also not trying to insult your ears. They're trying to exercise your ears with this soft music. The coldness is to get you to feel what it's like to feel cold, because it's going to be your first time feeling anything. You're guessing that you're being exposed to this kind of things all at once in a soft, exposed manner because you're being born. You're this smart already. You're grasping this concept, and you understand that you're coming out. You coming out of this tube with these black metallic hosts. You see that you are not created. You are not born, but you are most likely created. Could be a clone. Could be. This is what you're understanding. You could be a clone.
Huh.
You could be a dead person brought back to life, but you have no recollection of who you were, what you were in the past, or anything like that. You're waking up for the first time. Do you even have you don't have a name for your character, do you?
No.
Makes perfect sense to me because you didn't think of a name.
Well,
So
my problem. That's my problem is coming up with names.
I saw. This is crazy. Giving credit to whoever it was, I saw this one character from Gamma World. This made me think of you, but this was hilarious. This guy's name was not Bob. His not Bob, but his name was Bobble Bob. One word. Bobob. Bobble Bob. It was cool. He was an android, and I think it was an android. I forgot what, but that was the name, Bobble Bob. So it made me think of James with this Fred. What could he do? Drop Dead Fred? I don't know. Bobble Bob. But that was a cool name. I liked it. So,
Yeah.
so James, you don't have a name, which is perfect. You can probably this is.
Oh, well, considering I just came out of this
for
too.
the record, everybody, every game except for the first game I played with James, he can never come up with his own name. And
Well, it takes time, you know.
no, it doesn't.
Well, for me, it does. I mean, you know.
Okay, well, you don't have a name. You could be designation. Roll your
Okay.
intelligence. Roll your intelligence now, because we're going to see if you understand languages.
Okay. Okay. What my intelligence was it? That's the problem. Finding my character.
You don't have your character sheet?
It's somewhere on the mess of finding it. Or should I say
Oh, okay. Your
refinding it.
intelligence is 16. You have a +3.
That's
You
cool.
also have interaction as a skill, I believe. Let me look. Interaction is a skill. So if you want to do something,
Yes.
okay. Your roll your intelligence first to see if you can understand. It's a
So
plus 3.
intelligence plus 3.
Yes.
22.
Okay, 22. You swear in the back of your head as the liquid was going down, as you were first waking up, you were also hearing audible voices about please evacuate your transport, but you weren't sure, but you understood it the first time, and you heard please drop your weapon. So you comprehend that there was something inside the room with you that
What weapon?
exactly. So you comprehend this, okay? So but also okay, you see that there is if you kind of like peer over the glass, you describe how you're coming out of your tube, because as soon as you come out your tube, the first thing you're going to see is the room, and then you're going to see a demon outside, kind of like looking at you. I think your guy, I think your demon is looking at him being
Yeah.
hurt.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Like, what in the heck's going on here?
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll do a combat rollout.
Roll your dexterity. All right.
So what's my dex?
Your dexterity is plus 3.
It's plus 3. What about the athletics?
Actually, anything you do is going to be a plus 3 or lower, except for Constitution. Athletics.
Oh, 22.
You rolled a 22. Okay.
Oh, 19 plus 3.
So describe how you come out of your tube. You could do whatever you want.
Well, basically, I do a duck and roll. I come out up over and then roll into a crouch, like a combat stance.
Okay. And then when you
I
come
look
out,
around the room.
you see a guy. You see this happening, and what's it called? Are you taking a combat stance towards the demon, towards the guns that are facing the demon? Are you taking a combat stance towards the office? What are you doing?
Well, basically, I'll crouch in. Is there an exit that I can see?
No, actually. You don't see any doors that you can recognize from in here. There is a bunch of like details inside the metal walls all around it. It is not a smooth surface, but if there was a hatch somewhere, roll your roll your perception actually. Let's see if there was a hatch somewhere. Let's see if you can recognize a hatch.
Okay, so my perception was plus 8. You said?
Yes.
20.
20.
Unnatural.
Okay.
Well, basically 12 plus 8.
Okay, if there was a door, it's totally concealed. You cannot see it. It's matching the walls. However, you look up above and you do spot a vent. But the ceiling is probably around 25 feet high, and because the office is elevated, looking down at you guys, they're probably like just one story high above. So there's like stairs that will go to that office, but you don't see stairs. If it's an office, and then yeah, you don't see stairs. I was describing something else. You see the office, but you don't see stairs leading to there. It's about 10 feet above you, but the vent is 25 feet above you. If they have notice of the vent, what's it called? You can't tell if it's guarded. However, you do see that it's there, and what's it called? Are you looking around visibly? Like, you want them to tell that you're okay? So, I mean, when you're looking around, moving your head, and they're telling you, you hear the voices. What's it called? In the same language. What's it called? You have nothing to fear. Both of you have been brought here for a purpose. If you would please stand by, and you will be briefed. However, if you choose to not cooperate, you'll be returned to where you came from and disposed of accordingly. You hear all that in a flat, emotionalist tone. No. It doesn't sound like it's a threat, but it sounds like it could be a threat. It doesn't sound like there's any emotion behind it. It's just a monotone robotic voice coming from the speakers. But it's you understand it. You understand it perfectly fine.
Okay. Ah, crud. I have no idea what's going on here. Who are you?
Okay.
I have no idea.
And he says, you have been brought to Robot City. This is a time, approximately the year 21,418. Currently, this city, Robot City, was interdimensionally transported and placed on top, directly on top of another city. We are not trying to create a war with the old civilization below, but we need your help. We need you to infiltrate into places that we cannot go to. We need you to blend in where we cannot blend in. We need you to go down below. We need you to go down below into the old world. Whereas we do not place ourselves into harm, and you will be rewarded.
Okay.
Your velvet electricity is still going off like
Yeah.
And James, you'll understand this too. So you're in your combat pose. You're still looking for a place to escape, and then it doesn't appear like they're trying to do anything threatening. And then they also say, you will be properly equipped, adequately outfitted, and provided with vehicles, transportation, funding. You will have access to resources that you may have not even known they existed in where you come from and from your time. But know this: you cannot truly be destroyed, and that's why you are selected. There are many others that we have gone to, but you can repair yourself. What's it called? And when they say that to you, a little laser goes and cuts your arm. Psh, just demonstration, and you get 1 point of damage, but then it heals. Like you see, like your skin comes together with like a metallic shine, a sheen to it, and then it just grows into regular skin. So they hurt you, but you saw what they told you, and then they said, and for you, they tell you, you have not been summoned, you have been transported. Therefore, if you get destroyed here in our world, you'll likely just be returning to your world. Do you want to go back to your world?
Well, since Zarthon said the first to come will be rewarded, and I'm here, and I'm guessing that you're going to supply the rewards. I'll stay.
All right, we're going to pause it right here, take a 5-minute break. What's it called? But before when you say that we'll stay, this whole grid wireframe of lights appears right in front of you, and then these rows and rows of weaponry come. And when it comes, it's James. Somehow, some way, your eyes are scanning all these weapons, and out of control, without you having any control, your arms start changing into each one of these weapons, as if you're downloading the schematics of all of these guns, grenade launchers, AK-47s with a grenade launcher attached, with M16 with a bayonet, or even crossbows with explosive bolts with blades on the hilt, so you can shank them with it. Or there's even 2 blades in the front of your crossbow too, kind of like the Predator knives. You know, this whole download of information it's just feeding in your eyes as this whole rack of shit weaponry appears. Grenades, frag grenades, pulse grenades, EMP grenades, all this stuff. This is the kind of funding that you are having access to. Be right back. And you guys can pick and choose what you might want to use, and we'll just go with whatever it is. Physical weapons. There's melee weapons. You could go exotic, shit that's like sci-fi. If you see a laser, you can have a laser. If you want a baseball bat that's what's called emitting radiation, you can have that. All right, be right back.
Okay.
This is just crazy.
Well, I know. Basically, I realized I don't really need the weapons. I just need the ammo.
Mm-hmm. But there's nothing like a good sword.
Well, because the question is, are they in pouches? To carry the ammunition in.
Well, you're nude. I'm still somewhat nude. So.
Well, I just splashed out of the tank, so it's like right now, nude, clothed. Who cares?
Yeah. And I just come from a different dimension, so the physical norms of there do not apply to here. So
Exactly. I don't know if I came out of a factory, what my character came out of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm a clone. Probably a clone.
So now this is just plain okay. Well, laser rifle's going to need a charging.
Or more likely, energy cells.
Mm-hmm.
The only question is how hard or easy is it going to get the? Because you don't want to load yourself down either.
Right. And I'm not sure what the tech level is down there. Find an energy cell.
Well, the only problem is not so much finding an energy cell. Is the question is finding one that works. You might find energy cells that don't work.
Or recharging one even.
It's depending on your weapon, you might be able to find the one that automatically recharges itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But it might have a slow recharge rate,
Yeah. I was thinking about that the 45 revolver. And
the question is, what type of ammunition do you want? If you could go with either A, standard lead, brass, projectiles made of brass, or for armor piercing or explosive.
yeah,
They talked about the British during World War One had the Halifax round. It was designed to shoot down blimps.
so
It's not something you could shoot it at people, but
right.
but it would explode. It wouldn't. It's more for shooting at large gas bags.
Yeah. Mm.
Or politicians, I guess, either Zeppelins or politicians. Because they both tend to be large gas bags.
Yeah. So
The other question is where we're going to be fighting too, because like I said, sometimes you might want something, and sometimes you wouldn't want.
right.
So we're going to have to wait for Mr. Happy to get back. So what type of weapons are you looking for?
Well, I like my claymore. So that's not too bad. according to the Alpha Tech or the Omega Tech,
Omega
I'm
Tech.
supposed to have I'm supposed to have a gravity hammer. So whatever that is supposed to be doing.
Well, basically, it modifies the gravity, so when you hit somebody, it does more damage.
Right. It increases the gravity tenfold, and they can't get out or something like that.
You hit somebody with the force of 10 times.
Yeah. So.
And the question is, do you need any healing medicine or anything like that?
Well, that might be handy.
I was thinking about food, if nothing else, for training purposes.
Hmm. No, that might be also with the demon thing, not needing to eat.
Well, it depends on your how you gather your nutrition.
Yeah. And I have to reap souls, 1 soul a day. Or this, or being mutated. I could have just changed my digestive system too, and just now I just can eat regular trail rations or regular food.
Wait for the gym to get back.
Hmm. Yeah. So.
Like I said, right now we don't know what equipment we have.
Yeah.
And, like I said, depending on the going in the Underdark, there's a dog going. Oh, here's the people coming back. Hello, people.
I do have a tractor, so.
Do we see any pouches?
Mm-hmm. I'll let him get settled.
Oh, can't hear him now.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Thank you. Oh,
I saw you talking.
Okay, good. All right, what I was saying was oh crap. I said a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was busy munching on my pretzels,
No, thank you.
trying to fill in my character sheet.
Okay. So, as you're selecting your weapons, you hear your team is designated 01 Alpha. You are to report and reconnaissance. Make reports of any reconnaissance that you find of acts of terrorism from below in the Robot City. You will be provided with equipment, transportation, and vessels. And when they say that, you get little blueprints in front of you of your keelboat, James. Little blueprint wireframe. You see it, and Guy, you see your sky cycle. It looks. Describe your keelboat, James, for everybody.
Oh, basically, if you see the little boats from the Star Wars, these are about 30 feet long, about 10 feet wide. It's got, I don't know what the heck those things are in the end.
Say that again.
Well, there's two things on the end. I don't know if they're sailed. What the heck they are?
Okay.
They're,
Well,
and it also has it's something like the equivalent of like either a heavy machine gun on
okay.
it on the bow, or I
Okay.
don't know what it was. It was something.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Definitely watch that part because I have the Star Wars Return of the Jedi movies and stuff. So I'll definitely check that out and I'll let you know more specifically what's on your boat. For now, we'll just know it's a hovercraft that it flies over land. It does not fly high in altitude, but it can hover down, and it could stick to magnetic fields to hover up. So like if there's a metallic wall or pipes that go up, your ship can lean against those pipes to go up. And that includes being in the air. If there's a pipe that goes up in the air, then you could skim across the sky, but you'll be going down like a balloon sort of type thing. You can't really go up. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, if they've got like an elevator or something, you can lift me up.
Cargo holds, things like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want to say that you don't have a ship. You have a hovering craft, and if it goes up,
Okay.
it's because it's going up based off of like some sort of magnetic field of like a pipe that it's attracting itself to, and then it goes up higher. So you could go below into under the below Robot City, and then you could go back up. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, and Guy, your sky cycle, you can travel in elevations pretty high too. You don't need to worry about height restrictions. Basically, you're the fighter pilot of his craft. So
Okay.
you can go high, down, low, anything like that. Your sky
Right.
cycle is just as it says. It's not just like in Star Wars where uh
Yeah,
it just goes
get off
straight.
the ground.
Yeah, you can go up. Think of like
That's always
a
made
space
me
motorcycle kind of, but you can't go to space.
Right.
All right.
If you had a
Right.
suit,
well, yeah, if I had a suit, maybe, but
Yeah. All right. So that but describe what yours looks like. Your sky cycle.
it's basically it's about 10 feet long and about 5 feet wide. I sit up in the front of it. It's fairly bulbous. It's got a lot of like lockers on it along the sides to toss stuff in. It's more like a utility truck, but it's
Oh.
a, a motorcycle utility truck.
Okay.
So it's got the lockers on it to put stuff in it.
Okay. I got it. And so do you want to have a gun on your motorcycle? Do you want to have it to have rockets, like two rockets, one on each side or something?
With rockets
Okay. So,
and guns is that you have to be reloaded.
oh yes.
And
You only get
so
two rockets though.
right, right.
oh, we can figure out later.
I think it would probably be easier to find ammunition for a gun than it would be rockets. So
Okay.
if anything, it would be a gun.
Okay, there we go. All right, cool. So, just so we understand the rules or the mechanics for James's character, his character has nanobots in his blood, so his arms can change into weapons. However, his body cannot produce ammunition because then it would be like him shooting out his nanobots and he has no more nanobots and then he'll lose everything that he's got. Pretty much, right? So
Yeah.
his arms can turn into any weapons. If he finds the ammunition on the ground, like let's say he finds 150 caliber bullet, he can use that one bullet and turn his arm into a sniper rifle and shoot it. So that's what he can do. He doesn't come with ammo for his weapons, so that's why I was saying he was scanning the racks of weapons. So he's downloading all these things so that his nanobots can transform into these weapons. Lasers are included, but lasers require cartridges, so he needs to find some sort of plasma cartridge or something for an energy weapon or a laser weapon. And Guy, we told him that he's got hidden spike blades and stuff on his body, so he can just pull out a short sword or something from his elbow, just extracts from his wrist. He'll have spikes around his body because he looks kind of like what was that demon? Well, he looks like a spike demon, right? I think it was called.
That would be it.
Yeah, so
I think that's what it's called.
yeah, so he looks just like a spike demon, and but what's it called? We're giving it so that his spikes do damage like a lightweight melee, one-handed melee weapon. So that's what we were talking about. Things like that for improvising on damage. No set rules on the damage scale. We'll just figure out the momentum of what type of ammunition with what type of damage. So it'll go just off of best judgment to make it more interesting. Later on, maybe we'll discuss about getting some sort of ability to shoot spikes like a porcupine.
Level, yeah, no problem.
All right. Guy also has standard actions for his character that we gave for him because being a demon, there's a lot of characters in monster characters that have standard abilities and standard movements. So I gave Guy's character 2 abilities. Do you remember what they were, Guy? There was one standard movement, one standard action.
Right, there was a drawn to fire, which is be able to teleport to a adjacent square of a fire that takes up at least 1 square, or an enemy that's taken ongoing damage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And
the other movement.
I honestly don't recall that one.
Oh wait, that was drawn to fire. That was the teleportation.
Yeah.
The other one was what did I say it was? I have to look at it again. It was in the Demonomicon. Let me find that book.
Right
here. Here's the Demonomicon. The other ability was from a lesser fire demon because you are a demon and it gives you powers of fire just for your race. So here it is. I'm almost there. I gotta find it again. It was a lesser fire demon. No, forbidden speech. Did you want that? Forbidden speech, it's a force ability with a recharge at a 5 or 6. Attack is a area burst 1 within 10 squares creatures in the burst. Plus 13 versus AC for the attack.
Basically plus 13 to hit.
And but that's the monsters. We're gonna use modifier level. We're gonna use dice modifier level and
probably dex.
Yeah. But it does 2d6 plus 6 damage plus 1d6 force damage, and then the target falls prone. Did we want to do that, even though your character's kind of overpowered already?
You can take something away.
Yes, we're just gonna go based off the raw stat, but
that'd be fine without that.
Okay, all right. So we're giving Guy's character the drawn to fire ability because his demon has fire powers coming up as he levels up, so it only fits for his character. That being said, you guys see your vessels, you guys see your vehicles. What's it called? You grab your gear. It was the climber's kit. Your riding horse, James, is a cybernetic robotic horse.
Okay.
He's going to have his own AC and things like that. It's just because Guy has a sky cycle. You have a riding horse, so you have a cybernetic riding horse, and it could actually fly in the air with like fire hooves or something like, or maybe a rocket booster coming out of its butt. I don't know.
Did you see Thunder, his horse?
Actually,
that was cybernetic, I think.
I gotta look at it again. But there's also Onyx, the horse from the Rainbow Bright movie, where his feet had thrusters below it. But what I'm saying is, you get a riding horse, but we're going to make it a robotic riding horse so you can keep up with his sky cycle.
Okay.
All right. It's going over the top, but that's okay. And guys, gear was I don't have it. You have your gear. All right. So this happens
Yeah.
when you grab your gear and stuff. One single robotic arm comes down from the ceiling, and it's got a beeping device on it, a capsule. And as it approaches you, the robots are asking, with this device, you can be tracked, and then it comes to you, and your sparks go to it, and then it bursts the capsule, and you hear,
Whoa.
"Oh dear!" So your velvet electricity destroyed the capsule, and they're asking you, would you like to have a
I would.
device implanted within you? That way we can track you, should you need air support, quick reactive force, or additional support, or what's called medical evacuation.
Sounds good
That
to
might
me.
be something handy.
Yes.
That might come in handy. Yes.
Okay. And since the capsule burst the first time, instead what happens is a platform rises from the ground, open like two sheet metals, about 2 feet by 2 feet, open up from the floor, and a pedestal comes up. And it looks like an altar, and it's got kind of like a arching thing in the middle, and it says, "Please place your arm onto the device."
Okay.
Wrist
Probably gonna-
up. Please place your arm on the device, wrist up.
Probably going to hurt like hell. But okay.
Okay,
So, like this.
so automatically two straps come in from opposite sides and go down, wrap around your arm, and in the middle of the straps, what's it called? Like a little small spring arm comes up, and then your electricity is actively hitting the thing, but there's also like a bubble around the capsule this time, so the bubble's being protected from the electricity, and then there's a piercing, and you feel the capsule go through the bubble. The bubble doesn't go through your skin, but the capsule goes through your bubble into your skin, and they say thank you for your cooperation, and our services will be rendered immediate should you need our help. We'll monitor your progress, your location, and visually and audibly.
Okay.
There'll be, I guess that means like even if you're going to bed with a girl or something, you're gonna hear everything. That's what you're thinking because you're intelligence. All right, that's what you're thinking. Like they're gonna hear all that. All right, and so after you get your injection, the straps go down, the device goes down, and your tube that you came out of, James, that goes down in the ground, and they tell you, James, with your nanobot regeneration abilities, you are able to custom design, or you're able to fabricate your own clothing, your own outfit, and your own armor. Use your imagination to figure out what type of outfit you would like to provide yourself.
Basically,
that's what
I'm figuring lightweight body armor, some combat boots, a helmet, gloves.
Judge Dredd.
So your naked body, you focus on your thoughts, and then it comes up like it comes up on you, similar to like on Avengers Infinity War when Iron Man had the nanobots going around his body making the full suit of armor. It's similar to that, but not an Iron Man suit. You just make clothes and then you make plates or something. You don't make the full body thing covering you from head to toe like these robots, if that makes sense. You just got like plates here and there. It's a lightweight armor.
Well, if I have access to metal, I could probably have them make it.
Yeah, like you can if you were let's say you go into a factory, or you're able to go to like a resupply station, revitalize your nanobots within your body, then you could craft heavy armor. But as you start getting damaged, let's say your nanobots can't repair your armor, but you're fine. Your body's fine, but it'll be almost like a temporary armor that could kind of break. But then you have your own nanobots that maintain your regular armor, so we could give you kind of like an armor boost if you wanted like a full heavy armor. No, never mind. That's thinking too much. You could craft any armor you want, heavy armor or not. Okay.
Well, right now, just light armor.
Yeah.
I'm looking for some pouches to grab ammunition with.
Okay, and as you grab your ammunition, what kind of ammunition are you grabbing?
Well, I figure some big rifle ammunition.
Oh, wait.
Some grenades.
No, you don't find ammunition actually. What happens is instead, all these racks of weapons, they all disappear. Whatever weapons you had in your hand, Guy, that's what you got.
Mhm.
You could have one in each hand. James, you don't need weapons, but Guy, you pick up 2 weapons if you want. What kind of weapons do you want in each hand? It could be a melee or ranged, or melee and ranged, or 2 melee or 2 ranged.
Well, I'd like a range just for the ability to hit something for food.
Okay. But whatever's in your hand
crossbow.
is in your hand. Okay, crossbow.
And okay, a dagger.
A dagger. Okay. All right. So then the weapons disappear, and you hear a siren going off, and the red lights coming on. You hear and then the red flashing. You go prepare to begin war room training. Stand by for environmental simulation replication, and then the whole place goes dark with the siren, and then the siren ends, and then a whole wireframe of like a dome, like a half circle dome, goes, and it goes for what you see miles and miles, and then this grid, which makes the whole room look bigger than it actually is, starts developing into a ruined city with crumbled buildings everywhere, and there's fire here, fire there, and you're using them. You could use those as this simulated fire can be used for your teleportation, the drawn to fire ability, and then they say prepare to initiate for combat, and then you see these huge, gigantic robots, very similar to the Sentinels on X-Men. 2 of them, they're walking through, and then you just see them blasting all over, like, randomly, and then you hear screams of, like, people being shot and stuff. So go ahead,
Okay.
everybody roll initiative. Everybody.
Yeah. Let me. Let's see. There we go. It's plus 5. So that's 18.
18. Okay. And James, what did you roll?
Well, I bet my electronic the roller. Basically makes life a lot easier. You don't have to worry about dice. 16.
Okay. So, Guy, you got an 18, you said?
Yes, sir.
18. James is a 16. And these sentinels, literally sentinels. Yeah, they're 15 feet tall. That's how big they are. What's it called? They got a 7.
There you
So,
go.
Guy, you're first. Yeah, they're about.
Okay.
You see them down the
Uh,
street. They're probably about a block and a half away from you. But you can.
That's too far for,
But just it's going to be free actions just to go up to this, just to go up to.
Right.
You see them in the distance though. So just like a
Okay.
block and a half, and 2 of them. One is on straight ahead of you. Another one's kind of slightly right, and then they both are just shooting randomly. But then they start seeing your guys' direction. But one of them starts turning in your direction. So Guy, go ahead and we'll just say you guys are moving closer enough. They're moving close enough to you that you can do something. They're moving towards you, but you're first.
Have any idea what we're supposed to do here?
Probably break them.
Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Okay. I'm going to slowly go up to approach where they are. They're coming from,
Okay.
and see if I can find some place to hide.
If you want to, you see that there's actually because you could. How many spaces can you move? 6.
My
I think-
speed is yes, height 6, weight. Yeah, 6. 6
Okay.
is standard.
And you see that there is a fire of 10 spaces away where it's behind a half crumbled wall.
Yeah.
So you can probably hide over there in the shadows disguised with the rubble beside it if you teleport to that fire right there using your drawn to fire
What I was
ability.
looking for.
Okay,
just- There's something where they won't notice me.
okay, so boom, you teleport. When you teleport, do you turn into like smoke? Do you just go like bloop, like a blip, or what do you leave a residual mist?
Something like Nightcrawler, a little bit of brimstone smell.
Okay. Oh, a fart
Sulfuric.
smell.
Yeah,
Fart?
Yeah. No, it's sulfuric.
Okay, cool. All right, so you do that. You appear next to the fire, and then you don't have any electricity going off around you because there's no metallic stuff around you right here. It's just you're blended in pretty well with the. You could blend in pretty well with the rubble. So roll your. Don't you have stealth?
I don't see a stealth on here.
Yes, you have your skills are mechanics, conspiracy, acrobatics, stealth, and perception. So, I believe you get like a +4 to your stealth
So, yeah.
just for having that ability.
Yeah,
That's
the dex also is a +4. So that'd be a total of +9.
okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah. 25.
Cool.
I like this die.
All right, so you're completely concealed. James, you're not quite sure where James Guy is at, but you saw his residual poof from when he disappeared, and then just from the flicker of your eye, you saw he appeared from behind a wall next to another fire, but then he blended in with the environment so well that you lost sight of him. And then Guy, it's still your turn. Where you
Go ahead.
Where you teleported
have-
to? You're actually 2 spaces away from the nearest what's it called? Sentinel, and you actually have his backside to you.
Okay. No, that sounds like a interesting idea. I'm going to use the that Blackfire port.
Okay.
Try that out.
And then teleport.
And hit him from behind.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm going to take a step up, so I'm just right next to him
Okay.
and use it.
Go for it.
It's only teleport 2 squares.
Okay.
No, 3 squares.
So
So-
you could tell the way these things look like they got some sort of heavy armor. But let's see what they got.
D20 plus 5. That is 21 to hit.
That hits. Ooh.
And that is a D10 plus
2d6 plus 1d6 force.
Now this is also fire damage.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that is 6 points of fire damage.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I also got one dice of, was it something else?
Well,
it was 2d6 plus 1d6 force.
no, it's something else. So I'm going to port. As I said, I hit him in the back, and I'm going to teleport up to in front of him.
Okay.
So he's going to get hit from behind. And
So when he's
hopefully
turning
trying to see
around.
what's close, I'm going to be
Okay.
behind him again.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Got it. And that's exactly what happened. No, that is exactly what happens. But here's what happens, though. How much damage did you do again?
6.
6. You saw that what you thought was a metallic robot, it's actually some sort of plastic. So when you fried it like that, you actually melted off one of its legs, and it fell to the ground. Boom! And when it started turning to face you to see what was attacking it, that's when you teleported behind it. And James, it's but you see that your fire melted his leg off, so it's not metallic. It's made out of plastic. James, your turn.
What kind of I was going to say, what kind of ammunition did I manage to get?
You find a stockpile of ammo just what's it called? Further up ahead of you, closer to where the enemies are. So if you run up to the ammo, you could grab some and still make an attack. You find a whole stockpile, like a simulated, boom, all kinds of shit.
Okay, I'll do that then.
All right, and so you move up to the space and you kind of like take cover behind the ammo, so that the robot doesn't see you. But you have clear vision of the one that fell on the ground, that he burned, and then clear vision of another one a little further down the street. What kind of gun do you want to use?
Well, it depends on what kind of ammo can I find. If I find the grenades, I'll do a grenade launcher.
Okay.
If I can find it, I can find a missile.
Grenade launcher.
A missile launcher.
Okay, a rocket launcher then.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say like a AT-4.
Yeah.
Okay, so your arm and shoulder, your entire arm turns into a rocket launcher on your shoulder. It's a AT-4.
Yeah,
so where's the damage? The damage is
heavy.
Yeah, heavy, two-handed, heavy. You still have to hold. You still have to use your other arm to hold it, because you're aiming down sights.
That would be a D20 plus your strength
or con.
Heavy range, yeah.
So my con is 18, so it'd be plus 4.
It does 2d6 damage.
No, you're plus 2 for the weapon accuracy. So you get a plus 4, plus 2. That's going to be a plus 6 total. No, plus 7 total, because you're plus 1 to level for attack. Attack is a modifier, level, and
it's a 15
accuracy.
Plus 7 is 22. 22? Does 22 hit?
Yes. All right, and so it's a rocket launcher, and you shoot the AT-4 from your shoulder. That your arm turns into a shoulder, and then you what's it called? Shoot it, and when you roll your damage, 2d10.
1.
1?
No, hold on. Okay, so 2d10.
I thought you said 1. I was like, how'd you roll a 1?
No. Well, I was wondering. Okay, 2d10 plus anything?
No. Wait, I don't think so. Strength?
Well, no. Either that or con.
Let me see. Hold on. Damage. Okay. Damage is 1 times weapon damage plus strength con or dexterity intelligence modifier. In this case, a strength con plus your level physical damage. So it's going to it'll be 2d10 plus your con plus your level.
That'd be 5.
Four plus 5, and what'd you roll? 2d10.
It was a 6 and a 3 plus 5 is 14 points of damage.
Wow. Okay, so when you shot it, you shot center mass, and you hit the thing, and then all these parts go splattering out. The head, you don't even know what happened to the head, but the chest is now like a V-shaped hole, like, and then the thing falls, and then the rocket. There was a backblast. I forgot to say check your backblast, but you checked your backblast before you fired, making sure that the demon was behind you. And then you shot. Boom. So the face is gone. You have no idea what happened to it, but it's like a V-shaped hole with all the kinds of circuitry exposed, and the thing falls back on its back. And then the new round, the robot that's on the ground, he turns over looking for Guy, and he turns around and he finds Guy, and he takes huh? He's
Go ahead.
he's on he's on the floor. So as he's turning around, you get an attack of opportunity. But he's opening up his hand. You see that he's about to shoot some sort of laser from his hand, like flash you with it. But you get an attack of opportunity first because he's turning around to attack you, and he's on the prone. So you get advantage, right?
Yes.
Advantage on the prone
I
character.
think, yeah.
Sure. Let's see. I'm going to try my other one. The electric boogaloo. That sounded interesting.
Okay. What is that?
I'm going to reach over and touch him. There's D20 plus 4. That is a 9 to hit.
A 9 to hit. Okay.
What's on the first roll?
Yeah,
Oh, that's advantage. Okay. Okay.
On the second one, it is 19.
All right. Oh, even better. Okay, so go ahead and what are you doing again? Electric Boogaloo, which does what?
The electric boogaloo. 1d10 plus wisdom mod, which is 2, times the level, which is 1, so that's still 2. And that is, so it's a d10 plus 2.
Okay.
So that's 10 points of damage total. And the target has to make a saving throw, a wisdom attack.
I only rolled a 10. What's the save?
Fortitude. 13.
13. I rolled a 10. So 8 plus 2, so 10.
So he is -2 on all defenses until the end of my next turn.
And is there any
So
damage?
basically, his armor, yeah, it was 10.
Okay. So what happens was that negative to his AC, it starts what's it called? Your electricity starts forcing his armor plates to come off. But then he also takes that 6 points of electrical damage, right? So he actually starts shooting electricity out of his hand when it was trying to shoot at you, but your electricity went right into his hand, and he was about to shoot it, so it blew off his hand with the 6 points of damage, and then his face. If there was supposed to be pain in a robot dying, it's in his face with no expression, just, and then it falls over and dies. And now it's going to be the new round, but those two are dead, and immediately these two red scanners appear, kind of like a thin red outline of the sentinels, and two more appear, and they start walking in your direction, and it's their turn. So they're shooting at a guy. They're shooting at you. Does 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, you take a d8. You take 2 points of damage. You got hit by some sort of stun laser that, but it doesn't seem to. It's not like a terrible pain. You're like, is that really all you got?
Okay.
And then the other robot turns over to James, and it's shooting his hand laser too. And what he's shooting, something weird happens, and his arm backfires, and it blows itself up, and the robot is lifting his hand and looking at it, the Sentinel, because I rolled a 1. So
okay.
Yeah, his tried to fire a laser from his hand, so his arm blew up. And he'll take, what's his weapon damage? What did I say? 1d8. He takes 7 points of self-inflicted damage. Cool. All right, Guy, your turn.
I just did. I did the electric boogaloo.
It's a new round. New round.
Oh, sorry. So I was okay. I'll do it again.
All right. So
That sounds. Well, no.
Well,
The port one sounds better.
what's this? What's the
because-
space of the electric boogaloo?
One,
What is the space of
space
the
is five-
flame?
2, 2.
2. Is it able to hit more than one creature with the flame?
No. Not that I read. No.
Let me see.
So
Wrong book.
let's see.
Well, there.
The
One target, one creature. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you're gonna do the electric boogaloo again, though. Let me read this just so I can make sure.
Actually, the backfire port, because I was going to try and port down towards the end of his feet, get away from his hands.
And okay, and then after that,
I can probably just move there. I can
well,
always probably just move there too.
there is a fire near them that you can actually let
That is a move.
say there's a 50% chance that the fire is behind them, that you could teleport behind them. But where's my D10? Where is my D10?
Well, there's if you go to
I got one.
you can oh okay. You're rolling plus in
Okay.
case.
So I rolled a 47. I said there's 50% chance that there's a fire behind Sentinel. So you do find a fire behind the Sentinel that you could teleport to, and then do your either boogaloo or
Well,
port.
if I do that, would I still be in range of the Boogaloo for the one range of 1 right next to it?
Yes, right behind
Okay.
it.
Well, I can always do the attack and then move over there.
Okay,
Use the
and
move
he
before.
won't know you're behind him. Okay. All right,
So I'll do the attack.
go ahead.
Boy, I love this die. That's 23.
23. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a natural
I said I
20
love
or
this die.
you just get
No,
plus?
it's 19.
Okay.
19
It's
plus
Gamma
4.
World, dude.
Yeah. No, the die has been rolled. I think I've only rolled low once.
Okay. All right. So
Twice.
you're attacking.
So that's 7 points of damage, and it needs to do a wisdom attack or wisdom save.
I got a 6.
So no, that's still not. So he's still at a -2 on all defense until the end of the next turn.
Okay. Same thing. You see plates are coming off like plastic plates, and he takes 7 points of damage. And what's it called?
To move, I'm going to do the fire port over next to the fire.
Okay, and you're behind him now, and they don't know that. You see them trying to shoot at the location where you guys are at when it's their turn. James, it's your turn.
Unfortunately, I'm thinking. Was there any EMP grenades?
Yes, you find one.
Okay, I'll go for a grenade.
Well, actually, no. You, roll your perception. Roll your perception. You have to know what one looks like.
Hold on.
Well, yeah, because each one may be made
Yeah.
different too. So.
Yeah. So it would be, I guess, science. Roll your science instead of perception.
Well, I get +8.
Oh, you get +8 on perception?
Yeah. Well, 8.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
14.
14. Okay, you find an EMP grenade. So go ahead and what are you going? You're going to throw it at them?
Oh no, grenade launcher.
Oh, you no, it doesn't work like that. I thought you said grenade, not like ammo for the grenade launcher.
Ooh.
Well, you do find a grenade, and you can run forward and throw it at them.
Well,
Before, I'm sorry, Guy. When you teleported behind those guys, did you want to use your stealth, or is that? Did you want to?
Not really. It's
Okay.
well, stealth would take movement, so and I use my movement for teleporting.
Oh, okay. All right. Going back to James then. Let me see. What would be a? I don't think there's a. Well, okay.
Well, I could use a sling.
No, no. Okay. Yeah, you can use. You find a grenade, and you can use your sling to toss it, and still have a range of
Yeah,
what?
4.
That's still good. You're fine. Go ahead, and it'll be heavy damage. One-handed heavy damage. So
Okay,
roll your
hold on.
attack.
Okay, it's D20 plus. What are my what? I have to go back and look at the character sheet.
Um, we're gonna say. Uh,
Heavy
one
ranged one-handed is 1d10.
1d10, 5 squares away. Con. Constitution +2 for your attack.
That'd be 16.
You rolled a 16.
Actually, no, I haven't rolled those.
No, it'd be a
Those
plus 6.
4 plus. Right.
+7. It would be a +7. You're throwing a grenade with your sling.
Right.
+7 total.
20. Not natural. It's 13 plus 7.
Okay, so now you're throwing the grenade, and you threw it so well it lands between the two sentinels, and the blast radius is not going to affect Guy because you did such an amazing throw. You hit both of them. Roll your damage.
What is my damage?
It's going to be 1d10 plus strength. With 1d10 plus strength plus level, or 1d10 plus con plus level.
It'd be 1d10 plus 5.
Okay.
$11.
Ooh. Okay. So, Guy, you see the the grenade land between the two robots, and you kind of like worried that it's going to attack you, so you kind of duck down, just to because you're aware of the grenade being right there, and then boom, it explodes, and what it does is it causes so much shrapnel to go into the both.
Actually, wouldn't it be a burst of energy? It's
It's
an EMP grenade.
it's still. You're right. You're right. You said EMP. Okay. So, it still does the damage. The EMP shuts down these machines. Well, let me see. It's got to roll a Constitution, I'd assume, right? Constitution save?
Yes.
Well, I rolled a 16. So,
I found one of them.
would that make it? Well, wait. 16 for one, and then 18 for the other.
On the DC of the grenade, too, so.
What can we? What would be fair number?
It depends on.
The grenade was probably not meant for hardened enemies.
But it is kind of plastic.
Yeah, and these things would probably have been hardened also. So I'm starting to get technical here.
No,
my
it's
background
it's
my
fine.
background is electronics, and I've had to shield against EMP
We'll say
and lightning. And go ahead.
we'll say a safe number is 15. That's still fairly high for a DC check, and if they rolled lower than 15, then they would have been stunned. You know, for a round, or they would have been stunned until they made a save. But they rolled a 16 natural and an 18 natural, so that is pretty high. Yeah.
So they made their save.
They take the damage though. So the damage from the grenade exploding.
11.
11, yeah. So it still jacked them up, and they still had the pulse wave from the EMP, but it didn't affect these guys. But Guy, let me see the Sentinels. They took 11 points of damage. Yeah, that was enough to just destroy both of them.
Oh, okay.
And what's it called? There's one that teleports, or one that appears right in front of Guy, and it's looking down at Guy. Guy, it's your turn. This one just appears overlooking at you after those two exploded. And go ahead and roll. Or what are you doing?
I'm actually going to hit it with the Claymore.
Okay.
I'm going to try that. That's it. It's one of these. As I said, it's time to see how things work, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Swing with the Claymore. Flop. Right, another time. My Claymore is not going to do. Okay, that is a heavy melee two-handed plus uh, plus 5. That is 10 to hit.
10 misses.
Okay.
But wait, you get a +4 to
And-
accuracy. You already counted that?
Yeah,
Or
I
plus-
get a
plus-
+5 for my two-handed weapon.
Okay, alright. Okay, so that didn't happen. James, it's your turn. Wait, do you want to move, guy? You can move. You just missed the attack.
Yeah. Is there another fire within 10 feet away from me that I can move to?
Yes, the first one that you went to where you took
Okay.
cover. Yeah. Okay.
Ding, ding.
And James, it's your turn. If you want to, you can try out alpha mutation because after this, your alpha mutations are going to change and recycle.
Go for the shadow one.
Dark Shroud. Do you want to overcharge it or no?
No.
Okay, so you gain concealment until you are bloodied or until the encounter ends. So you're concealed now. Your mutation basically makes you look like rubbled ground by your feet. The upper part of your body matches whatever is behind you, almost like a living body art. That when you move position, it looks like your body's painted like the scenery behind you. Basically, your nanobots are giving you this concealment. It's not total concealment because your shadow is still there, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your shroud is a dark shroud. It's making you shadowy, but it's also making you match the background so that they don't see you. All right. Do you want to move?
Yeah, to cover.
Okay. So you're running closer, and before you go, do you want to grab another type of ammunition from the ammo stock?
What kind of grenades do I see?
You see whatever type you can imagine. You want a grenade for your grenade launcher? Do you want a hand thrown grenade? Okay. For a grenade launcher, you find HEDP, which is dual purpose high explosive. There's high explosive. There's thermite rounds. There's White's phosphorus.
Thermite, because they're plastic. They burning.
Oh, what's the matter, guy? You're shaking your head no?
No, I just think thermite. There's pluses and minuses to thermite, but
It might bounce off of the thing, but we'll make it so that if he hits, it penetrates his armor and starts dissolving him down from the inside. All right.
it's one of those
So go ahead. You find that, James, and you already used your alpha mutation, so you're running forward, and you're just trying to find a good spot. Guy, roll your perception.
12, and I'm trying to figure out what my perception was. Move 14, but it's plus. Wisdom is +3. That is 15.
15. Okay, good. You see, James picked up a type of 40 mic round from the stockpile. His arm changes into a M79 grenade launcher, and he just plugs it in there, cocks it, and he starts running towards the next sentinel. But he's concealed. You see, he's concealed, and the sentinels don't see him. So you can choose to attack on your turn, or let him use it on when his turn comes next. Do you want him to? Do you want to hold when it is your turn?
Yeah, I noticed he's got a weapon in his hand, and it's probably going to be another burst one like he did. I'm actually going to try and exit the blast area because I have no idea how big a blast this thing's going to give.
This guy's a nut, is what you're saying.
So
he's C4 happy. Okay. All right. So it's the Sentinel's turn, and you teleported to the fire. He turns over around and he sees James because he can't see you. And well, he doesn't see James. I'm gonna roll. He gets we'll say minus his what does concealment do? He's trying to look for you with perception, but
Let's see. The
he's looking for a target basically.
chameleon shield gives you a +5.
This one doesn't say. It just says concealed until you are
Right.
bloodied, or until the end of the encounter. But it doesn't say what concealed is.
No, it'll give. Well, I was going to say the chameleon shield, which gives you a +5 to your stealth checks.
Do you
Oh,
want
no,
me to? Do you want me to do like a disadvantage until we find the real roll?
Yes.
Is that reasonable for now,
Yeah,
guy?
well, we have to
Sounds
look
it
at,
sounds right.
we'll have to look at
Because I think
find concealment. What does concealment mean?
Yes. Okay, so we'll just give him disadvantage on perception. So that one I rolled a 18. This one I rolled a 7. So he's looking around for a target, and you hear an audible voice say, what's it called? No hostile threat detected. Scanning. That's what you guys hear, scanning. And
Mhm.
James, Guy, it's your turn. Sorry.
as I said, I was making my exit because I have no idea what this guy's going to do.
Okay, so you're egressing.
Yes.
All right, you're teleporting to fire again, or you're running around?
Well, I'm probably just hightail it 90 degrees away from.
Okay. All right,
I just probably hightail it.
James, roll your perception. James, it's your turn, but
Well,
roll your perception,
I
James.
have to. I'll have to get my modifiers.
It's a +8 for your perception.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that right here.
Uh, 19.
As you're running forward with your grenade launcher concealed, and the robot is scanning for you, you hear it say no threats detected. It's scanning. You're running forward. You see Guy hightailing it, like, in his words, running away, and you see his tail wavering in the air, like, and he's just a blur. He's moving so fast, he's a blur. You're ready to shoot. You're in range to shoot. Go ahead, and if you want to shoot your grenade launcher,
Yes.
and we'll do it's
15.
15 to hits, and damage was we'll say this one is the another 2d10.
2d10 plus con or
Yes.
plus con plus level. Yeah.
And then we'll say it's thermite, so we'll just give it fire damage.
19.
Thermite, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing goes inside of him, and when you shoot, that's when he sees you, and he says its scanner turns red, and it says target acquired, and he goes inside of him, and you see the sparks of the thermite go, and it's bursting out of his chest, and is melting him down, and kind of like splitting a hole down his leg and stuff, and it starts even melting down his leg, and he just crumbles and falls forward with sparks and fluid coming out of him, and you still see the thermite making its way out there. And then,
Damn, I love these things. These are good.
And what's it called? That's it. The game, the battle is finished. Your concealment ends, and you hear the buzzer sound like a basketball game, like. Eh. All
I
right.
was thinking hockey goals.
And then the lights turn on, everything goes back to normal, except the room changes entirely from what it was the first time. The cocoon is still there, Guy. From when you first arrived, the cocoon is still there, but it's all laboratory, and this time there are stairs that lead to the office with doors right there that are open, and the doors open like. And let me see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level 1, level 2. You guys gain 500 experience points.
Hey.
All right, be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, during this process you gain critical level 2 attacks. So I'll explain to you what they are soon. You get 1 critical attack though. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I like grenades. Grenades are
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, it's
Well, my hit points go up by 5, so now I have 35 hit points.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I realized the major problem with this. You're gonna have to make the adjustments to my character. I can look at it, but I can't do any. I can't modify it. I can print it up, but I don't have a printer. I can have it read out aloud.
Well, I've got it. I've been doing it through that draft guy.
That's what you're gonna have to do then.
And actually, it prints it. It can as soon as you can hit generate character, and it'll generate a a text file
Hmm.
of it of your character.
It's a PDF, but it won't let me make any modifications to it.
Well, you can't make. That's one of the problems with the PDF is you can't make modifications unless you set it up that way initially.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have uh, the type of program to where it can change
Well, unfortunately,
PDF.
the monkeys at Microsoft fixed it so that the program used to be able to. I used to be able to make modifications to it, but unfortunately, the monkeys have changed it because there's 2 types
That
of.
was that was Adobe
Yeah.
that does photo PDF.
Unfortunately, it went from yes, so you can to no, you can't.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
and went to yes you can to saying yes you can, but you're going to have to buy the ability.
All right, so it's 10:30 right now. I'm actually we're gonna stop it at this spot. Um, what's it called? Does that sound good to you guys?
Okay.
Sure.
That way, there's no. We stop it right at the end of combat, and then there's no. We don't do any interactions between you guys. Are just leveling it up right now. And
Okay.
then, but yeah, let me stop this. Whoa, no, not yet. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I want to go smoke real quick, and then we could talk.
Okay.
Oh,
Definitely.
I would like to talk about this. All right, I'll be back.
Sounds good to me. So how you doing there, guy?
All right, I guess. One of those. It's been one of those days too. So we only get uh, only comes in halfway.
What's the major problem with it? I was going to say MTA, but unfortunately, the AVTA, they suck.
Yeah.
It's only a half an hour late.
No, I'm surprised with it being things being that late.
I'm not. This bus is supposed to be every. Well, the problem is I've also had it early too. So one time
Yeah.
it was 5 minutes early. Like I said, I missed the bus. I think I told you about that one day. The first bus was 5 minutes early. The second bus did not show up at all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So I wound up walking from.
it's just one of those things that it's just doesn't. Sorry, it just doesn't seem to want to make sense to me.
Well, the
It's
problem is
too.
that the cheap Chinese buses too doesn't help either. You know,
Yeah.
'cause they save money on the buses, but unfortunately, it wound up costing them more in the long run because, like I said, the Chinese crap just doesn't work.
Hmm.
Because when I was living in America, they had their buses were bigger, they had more wheelchair space, and then, like I said, everything worked. They had ringers in the front, and it's like with these buses, there's no ringer in the front. It's like you have to wave to somebody behind you and hope they push the button. You know, like I said, it's really frustrating. You know,
Yeah.
you never know if the monkey's going to be early, monkey's going to be late. Exactly what the monkey's going to do. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, or what they're going to do.
Like I said, I don't know if the bus is going to be early, late, or what the heck. You know.
Yeah. Let's see.
So basically, I guess I can see the character will be 5'9". I don't know how much the nano how much my character is going to weigh. Okay, hair would be rainbow. Skin, I guess Caucasian. Eyes.
That has.
It depends on my mood. On the modifications to my character sheet.
Hmm.
That's
Let's see.
the nice thing about having nanobots.
No, it doesn't have. Uh, the There's initiative. There's bloodied armor class.
But buddies is half. Extra
Right.
hit points. I see what the problem was. Since it's gamer kit, and I realize it's not a gamer kit, it's a climber's kit.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and I didn't recognize it. Yeah, and
You,
the way he wrote it, it looked like gamers.
is it D&D or Champions?
Well, either way, you can still you play you gambling.
I'd rather have Champions. A
Hmm.
Champion set with I have the little miniatures, the D6, the hex board. You can play Champions. It doesn't say what kind of gamer.
You had another one that had champions, and he
Well,
had all this plastic terrain pieces that
there's also
for.
BattleTech, and I used to call it CattleTech because they would the light mix weighed like 20 tons. The heavy mix weighed up to 100 tons, and I'd
Hmm.
usually run like 500 points, 500 tons per person. It's like, yes, cattle tech. I throw my herd of cattle out there. You figure the minimum you're talking a minimum of 5 mechs to 25 mechs. It's
Hmm.
more of a herd than an actual battlefield, you know. Like, really?
Hmm.
So I call it cattle tech.
No, just thinking. Yeah, you get a bunch of cows and run them through the dungeon in front of you to check for traps.
Well, remember they do have short-range missile launchers. They have light machine guns. They have a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
That'd be a nasty surprise. Those aren't
Oh,
horns. Those are missiles.
yeah. Let's see. No, they probably wouldn't. No.
All right, I'm back. I'll help you guys level up throughout the week, especially James. I got the books.
Well,
It's
Yeah.
the problem is I can't make modifications to them.
that's fine.
Somebody else will have to.
That's fine. We could take care of that. I was talking to James last night about what level to start you guys off at because the characters are level 4 primarily. The monsters. There are level 1s, and I didn't want you guys to start the encounters with a level 1 character. So I just did this X-Men War Room thing for Gamma World because we could. And
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Yeah. That
So-
sounds interesting. Work some of the bugs out.
yeah, and it's just a tutorial. This is our first game, my very first
Yeah.
game. And I want to hear
Mine and since version 1.
what did you guys think of the story so far? Going from the very beginning with Guy first. How I had you going through the demon portal.
It sounded interesting, really. It's just, wait a minute. Do I really want to go back? This I'll be rewarded. Well, this might be my reward. Yeah.
Well, it's also the
Yeah,
fact that it sounded like he was throwing people through like cannon fodder.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm guessing I didn't get to where he was going. He was wanting us to go.
No.
Yeah.
So I was shanghaied all the way through.
Yes.
And I don't know that.
I was trying to think of something that would be pretty interesting for a demon character. Why would a demon character be here? Not just some random portal, but something that makes sense with what we did before. In the other campaign, I brought this in with the other campaign because I wanted to show somewhat of the demon side, their experiences of what they have to go through to get out of the castle to begin the invasion.
Right.
So I try to just start it where it is pretty. One creature swooped up through the portal, through the tunnel corridors, engulfed a bunch of demons, just to show a portion of the obstacles that they have to go through. And it's documented on the video. So if you guys watch this again, it's public. Anybody could watch this.
Okay.
I try to describe. Only by description, key NPC figures from Zarthon's army. I try to describe a berserker, one of the generals.
Right.
Sure, you guys could be like the first character to get out, and then you become a general, but it's scripted. I have a general, the big wrestler type dude that was purple.
Okay.
It's scripted. So, as in the story, as they start making their way out of the Castle of Demons, they start getting their positions as they emerge. You know, General, Demon Knight, Prince, things like that. So, with your character, I thought it would be interesting to actually have a scene with the portal being hijacked with Zarthon's head right there, just trying to be the absolute highest source of influence a demon would want to see their god.
Right.
And so his head was right there, and I don't know if I did it good, but I wanted to bring that impression. What did you think of that though? How did it? I'm sure.
I thought it was pretty went pretty good. Yeah, just wait a minute. There's some no, why is this demon head, this god here, and he's wanting us to leave?
Not just leave. He's sending you someplace.
But he's sending us. Yeah, he's sending us to take over the mortal realm, or some other. But that's what we were quote unquote bred for.
Yes.
It's like I said. It sounds like more like a World War I battlefield. But unfortunately, some kinds falling down.
Yeah, but you're not, I don't think you're charging against the machine gun fire though.
Well, this is worse. It's more like your little Legos as a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, and then you teleported into the room, the cocoon. I try to give it the vibe of
Now,
the Fly with that
what-
cocoon, but
like, now the trouble is which version is a Fly? Jeff Goldblum. I knew
Yeah.
which one you were talking about.
wait, he's on both of them, isn't he? Part 1 and 2.
Well, no, that was a movie
No,
before.
there's an
This is,
original movie with Vincent Price.
Oh,
like in the 60s or something like that, or was it earlier than that?
okay.
Or the 50s or something like that.
Yeah,
Now what
remember
happens?
And
Yeah.
then
In
go ahead.
I was going to say in the original one, he teleports, but the Fly's head is placed on the man's body.
and his head is placed on a fly's body.
The Fly, right? Well, the whole movie is this man with the Fly head, and everybody and trying to kill him, and he's just trying to get away. But at the very end of the movie, it pans over to a cobweb in a corner, and you have this little Fly in there going, "Help me! Help me!"
He got captured by the fly.
I do
I mean,
remember
it's
that
inspired.
original movie, the Spider and the Fly, or something like that. The Cursed Kiss
Yeah.
of the Spider Woman. What was it called?
No,
Something like
no, that was something different. That's completely different.
But I do remember there was a fly on the
black and
web,
white one.
and you hear the fly saying, "Help me, help me!" This guy is disgusted. He picks up a brick and. Is that what happened?
Rick-
I don't
I
remember.
All right, so then,
But, yeah.
so then you appeared out of the cocoon. You started emerging. I forgot to say those Gatling guns. They got when you said that you accept or you agree the Gatling or to stay. The Gatling guns went up. I forgot to say that.
Okay.
Or the turret guns. I should say Gatling. The turret
Right.
lasers. So, how was that when you saw James and then James being awakened?
I just okay. Now wait a minute. This I don't know about who this is. This okay. Somebody new, different type of entry.
Well, new
But-
and new too.
Yeah. But yeah, being you're not my person type demon. But I could always be a lascivious type of person. And yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, it's one of those I can see that him being birthed from a pod, something like that. The sacralium or something like that. The sacralium or whatever the
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't.
was it-
I was talking to
Maybe-
James about having some sort of background, being a doctor and stuff like that. So we'll just say, you were engineered with that knowledge. You're a doctor.
Or combat medic.
Okay, that works. I think there is a skill for medic, or there is a background for medic. I believe that is an actual background, but you're a mad scientist. But what I
Yes,
mean to say is, yeah, sure, you have that education. You're that smart. Guy, you're pretty smart too. You have your own, demon,
Oh,
education, demon invasion tactics. You have your own skill set.
mhm.
So, what did you think about your awakening scene? How did I describe that out for you, James? Did you enjoy it, or was it like?
It was okay. Well, my problem is today was on the warm side.
Well, you didn't
So-
want it to be dark. You told me that the other games were too
I
dark.
understand. I understand that. I'm just saying, temperature-wise, I've got my
Oh,
little squirt bottle.
at your house it's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
just squirt myself down.
what does that have to do with D&D?
Nothing. It's just I'm saying it's my comfort level.
Well, okay, so while you're dying of heat over there in your room in the game, your character was freezing cold. So
Ah,
I didn't know it was hot at your
Okay.
house, but did you feel cool when your character was feeling the coolness?
Not really.
Oh, damn. I thought I would have
What
some
is-
sort of psychic effect across the camera and make you feel like you're in a cool environment.
That would have been nice.
Okay. So, too warm. But how did you like your character's intro being like that? Is that okay? Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't discuss anything about origins and stuff like that. This way, we don't get too complicated with backstory.
Right.
You'll make up your experiences as you come along.
yeah, but my being a demon, the whole backstory with that is just one of a mass army, and he's manufactured, so he doesn't have much of a background.
Yeah,
So,
I guess I
I
cheated
got-
you guys on making something like that, but I wanted
I
to.
didn't make one because being a demon, that's going to be a little bit difficult.
Okay, so then it worked out fine for you.
Yeah.
And Guy, did you like your? Oh, James, did you like your intro then, or did you?
That was good.
Okay. All right, and then how was the fight? What'd you think about this kind of combat? Having to think on the fly of what type of damage to use was not that bad, but what did you guys think about the combat itself and the description?
Very good. I'm gonna have to start playing with my arm types of ammunition I can get. Trying to figure out what to do.
You mean like what kind of weapons you would want to use?
Well, mainly it's getting the ammo for the weapon because I have any weapon I want.
Yeah, and I just wanted to have a simulated stockpile to say that. I'll be more specific about the ammo type that you do find on the floor and stuff. And this way, what's it called? You'll be able to pick your options with that type of ammo. It'll just be on the fly type thing. I could say you find 100 rounds of 5.56 linked, and then you'll be like, ooh, I'm gonna make a M249 saw and put it on. So you find 100 rounds, you have 100 rounds of a saw, and that can last a long time, or you can shoot it in 4 seconds.
Well, I think I'd probably stick to a rifle. Just put
Well,
the bolt
it's
in.
linked. It's
What I'm
linked.
saying, instead of being full auto, I could run it semi-auto.
You could yeah, the saw does have a single fire mode, but
That's,
Yeah, but I'm saying
that kind of defeats the purpose of the saw.
yes.
well, sure,
Because-
but then again, if we could find a belt of ammo everywhere, that's one thing. But if we can't find a belt of ammo everywhere,
No, it's not going to be
What-
like that. It's not going to be a bulk of ammo everywhere. So you're gonna take what you can carry. From here, when you get your loadout, you're basically going to have a regular loadout. Take what you can carry, and then we'll do the countdowns from there. Once you leave your establishment, that's when the scavenging for ammo and stuff like that starts coming into play.
well, not just ammo, but also building
items.
supplies.
Yep, all kinds of things.
Oh, you're talking about this. Being a demon, would I be eating normally like a normal human because of my mutation? Or would I be harvesting souls? Type deal.
You could gain
Easy way would be just eating human.
Well, I was gonna
Eating
say, if you could get a power source, you don't need to sleep. All right, you could plug into a wall some sort of transformer or something,
Okay.
like a power transformer. Just stick your tail in there, you get charged. You don't need to sleep.
Your cable's a double prong plug. Neat.
Yeah, and if what's it called? So we'll say that you don't need to sleep. James, your nanobots give you so much energy. You don't need to sleep. Do you need to eat?
Mm.
Do you need to drink? No. Your nanobots supply you with your nutrients and stuff, but it helps to eat just to refuel your nanobots. So eating and drinking is not a necessity, but it helps to keep your nanobots fresh. But let's say you can survive 60 days without eating, or and then 60 days without eating, and then 15 days without drinking. How's that?
Okay.
60 days without eating, which is double the amount, because 30 days without eating is normal. And then instead of 2 days without water, it's 15 days without water. And then you're dehydrated, you're depleted of all your nutrients and stuff. But you should be fine. Guy, you don't need to eat and drink. You do need to sleep. But if you could find a power source, you don't need to sleep.
Okay.
Being a demon, do you want to be nocturnal? Or anytime?
Well, now the demon does have the dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So Nocturnal sounds like it'd be a good idea.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
also, you're going to be introduced. Both characters. You're going to be introduced to what Robot City is. Flat out. There's strip clubs, bars, theaters, sports arenas. You're gonna see all that stuff. So, we're gonna make it where your characters might be able to get their first drink of alcohol. And, you know,
Well, the only thing about strip clubs, would he be interested in them?
you're a girl.
Well, no, I'm
You
talking about
personally,
guys.
being James, would probably be interested in working at the strip club.
I'm just saying about guy's character.
Guy's character is going to be like,
I can be in a lascivious.
he's going to be like, humans are hot because demons are ugly as shit. You're going to be like, oh my god, look at this. He's looking at you like that. He's like, that's why he didn't attack. He was like, and he's watching you fight, checking you out. Like, you wanted to be a girl, James. You wanted to be a girl.
I didn't say anything about it. I just wondering about guy's character.
Yeah. You should be worrying about your own character, so that's why I flipped it around to your character. I'm kidding. Guy's character would be excited as hell. A demon seeing a human girl would be like,
lascivious. Like a bard in D&D, right?
He'll be like, do you know how long it's been since I've had sex with a human virgin? 10,000 years, and I'm ready for more. And then after that, he'll be like, do you know when the last time I had sex was? 10 minutes, and I'm ready for more. So he'll be going off like that. The demon is going to experience things that never before. And then, go ahead. We can take it to that level.
Well, no, this old Marine was propositioned by a prostitute saying, "When's the last time you had sex?" It was 1945. Don't you think it's time to do it again? Well, it's only 1950 now.
There you go. I was thinking military time too. All right, so we're gonna explore things like that. We're gonna open up other venues, other aspects of D&D that I've never done before. I wanted to take this to another level.
This would be fine. This is, as I said, this is almost a D&D, but more of a futuristic view on it.
And I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be scary, dark, or what's it called? Ominous, I guess. Not ominous, but it doesn't need to be on a cataclysmic level that the other campaigns were at. My campaigns that I've turned them into.
Okay, I found something here. As soon as if I can get it to open, my computer is really what's called origin cards.
Yeah.
And let's see, double-sided cards. Reprint all of the information found in the origin sections of the rulebook, including Origin's name, description, full trait information, critical hit ability, power names. So it's just one of those. I just happen to be bouncing around on Gamma World.
Yeah.
So it's Gamma World origin cards. Let's see, double-sided cards. And I've got a zip file of reprint all of the information found in the origin section. You said you had the Legion of Gold. I've got including Origin's name, description, full trait information, general reference cards. So, I'm not, as I said, I haven't looked at them. My computer's slow as slow as hell, and so this is just one of those. The website is something called onesquare.net, and it's got a extension on it that long.
Okay. Is it able to be? Can you paste it on the thing or no?
I'll see what I can find as soon as it finishes downloading.
Okay.
Said it's my computer's. Let's just say I've probably got the oldest computer of all of us.
You got
I think I'm still running like Windows 97 on it or something like that.
The T186.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, Shady.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. So this video is going to be up. I'll link this video to you guys so we can rewatch it, go over some of the rules that we discussed but didn't talk about. I'm going to watch this for sure. I enjoy watching these D&D videos. In fact, James, did you watch episode 13 and 14 of Out of the Abyss?
No, unfortunately, I was getting tired because everyone else had to get up earlier than normal.
Yeah, when we played Out of the Abyss, my favorite videos or sessions that we had was episode 13 and 14 because we did the trial for Lolo,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys were facing the Deep King as well as the girl in the coins that turned out to be a succubus. The way you guys acted on that game, I was amazed. I watched that repeatedly because that's my favorite of all our D&D sessions that I have recorded. I don't know how many times I've watched it, but I love it. All of you guys, Chris, Frank, Guy, James, everybody was doing something that I thought was like blew my mind. Shit that I wasn't thinking about. So
Now,
the
what I
reactions. That's what I love watching D&D for the reactions. I really do. Your guys' reactions, especially when I miss it on cue, but when I watch the video, I'm amazed. I laugh. I'm like, wow. They yeah.
Now, one of the things is that a DM can always be outthought because there's more players
Mhm.
than there is DMs. But however, a DM can never be outfought because the DM can always throw something else in there, make
Mhm.
the big bad ugly, so powerful that the guys can't kill it, which means it's time to run away.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the DM can never be outfought.
Yeah.
As I said, you saying reactions and stuff that we think. Wow, I didn't think of that.
With that being said, what you just said right now, because I kind of did that. I had those sentinels come in as you killed them, like boop boop, and then they just continued with their turns in the initiative, like on the same turn when it's the robot's turn.
Right.
I could understand that. The way I made that look like I could keep constantly throwing shit at you and keep throwing shit at you and keep going. But I didn't want to give that impression by throwing too many, so I only had 5. And
Okay.
so I'm not going to say I'm going to do that where one monster dies and then another appears in the same exact spot. No, this was just like holograms, and I wouldn't do that to you guys. I feel like that would be cheating unless it was transported like telekinetically or portal, dimensional door, or something like that.
Right.
That's different. But I'm not going to say you killed a guy and then one magically appears right there. You have another creature to kill because you killed everybody so fast. I'm not going to do that.
Right. Well, but of course they are trying to test our ability.
Yeah.
So I could understand them throwing more and more at us too. So, oh well.
Okay. I'm itching incredibly bad. I got to get some Neosporin on my scabs because
Okay.
I don't know if you can see.
Well,
Yeah.
when we start doing that.
Mm-hmm. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for playing. I had a lot of fun, and I hope we make a
Sure, no
Gamma
problem.
World a regular thing. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to get berserk. Good night,
Yeah.
you guys.
Good